Good morning, good evening, and good night. Of course, it depends on where in the world you are. I'm Diego Gomez, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about the war in Ukraine and Russia. We're going to keep addressing this very important issue that has been happening over the last 13 days. And also, we're going to be talking about something very important, something that today happened during that country in Ukraine, and I'm talking about the safe corridor. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the first safe corridor intent to allow civilians to escape war-torn Ukrainian cities that opened on Tuesday, and a significant move met with skepticism after similar efforts failed during the last week as the number of people fleeing the country surpassed 2 million of Ukraine citizens. The first stage of civilian evacuation has begun during today, and also we need to keep in mind that this is the first safe corridor that has been opened during this 13 days of war. But most important, something that has been like kept in the eye of the war is actually that the Russian Defense Ministry has officially agreed to the humanitarian corridor in a letter to the Red Cross. Also, different agencies of news tweeted a video of different buses and on Sumy, a city of 260,000 million of people in Ukraine's northeast near the Russian border. Also, Russia's United States Ambassador Vasily Nebensia says those fleeing Sumy and other cities will have also the option of going to Russia or the western Ukrainian cities that have not been targeted yet. Another very important thing, meanwhile, I also show photos of you that what is happening during this safe corridor is that Ukraine Deputy Prime Minister Irina warned that the Russians were preparing to disrupt the work of humanitarian corridors and to manipulate the route, to also force people to go to Russia. And the Ukraine military claimed that also Russia has launched an attack in the direction of the humanitarian corridor out of the southern city of Mariupol, one of the most destroyed cities during this war. So this is very important. This is actually something very interesting that Russia is planning to actually attack this humanitarian corridor, according to the Ukrainian Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk. Also, another thing that very important and that we should take in count also is that during this Tuesday, from one of the Ukrainian cities hardest hit by Russian seemingly indiscriminate artillery barrage suggests that Russia might make good on its last promise to actually allow civilians to flee. But even during this, in the northern city of Sumy, holds and also Russia keeps its promise to allow these humanitarian corridors for evacuation from other cities. Also, this is going to be a small saving grace in a tragedy that deepens by the hour past by. Also, another thing is that the United Nations during the last few hours have been talking and also said that during Tuesday, more than 2 million people have fled from Ukraine into neighboring nations, for example, Russia, also Bulgaria, and also they have been talking that Russia launched its brutal invasion 13 days ago. During the last 13 days, different things have been happening since this first humanitarian corridor to also different tragedies in Europe, and also emergency teams pick up different objects in the floor to the rubble overnight of an apartment building in Sumy that has been flattened by Russian airstrikes. This is another thing that we should take in count. Also, I'm showing more pictures about this devastating war in Europe. And also, different emergency teams have reported that they found no survivors, only lifeless bodies, including families with children, and at least 20 people were killed in one strike in Sumy along Monday evening, local officials said. But even with Russian forces surrounding key cities and also apparently more slowly than they'd hoped toward Kiev, not all Ukrainians are actually run away. Not all Ukrainians are fleeing the country, because different media agencies have reported that Ukraine's defense forces continue to actually mount a fierce resistance, and they also met civilians in the capital, digging into also help to defend their city. Also, many different videos that were published today have also shown this type of tragedy and also this type of civilians trying to actually defend their country, defend their city. Also, different videos today have been over the social media, and also these videos show people boarding buses and multiple buses marked with a red cross driving along a snowy road as the eastern city of Sumy was given a safe corridor to evacuation. Also, another thing is that the Russian Defense Ministry has said also to civilians that they will be allowed to also leave the cities of Mariupol and the capital, Kiev, where people have built hundreds of checkpoints to actually protect the city of nearly 4 million of people. Also, another very important thing is that the government of Ukraine has been talking during the last few hours that according to Russia, they are making different arrangements to get people out of different cities, which has been cut off from electricity, water, and heat. Different cities in Ukraine has been cut off of these very vital services for the human being, and also different officials in Moscow said that most of the corridors for fleeing civilians, however, they are going to Russia either directly or via Belarus. So this is another very important thing. Also, Russia's ambassador to the United Nations suggests that the humanitarian path could also give people a choice in where they want to go. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also called for this expansion of humanitarian corridors on Tuesday. In an earlier video, also he urged his people to keep resisting Russia's assault by Ukraine's foreign minister, and also this said that more than 20,000 people from 52 countries have volunteered to fight Ukraine. So actually, everyone is joining to Ukraine, and also different people in social media have been talking about this, about what is actually happening in different countries. Also, we need to take into account the situation of different Ukraine citizens in the United States. Also, remember that during the last week, President of United States Joe Biden approved the TPS for this type of citizens of Ukraine citizens in the United States. So, guys, this is the situation at the moment of what is actually happening in this war. So, please make sure to leave your comment down below. Tell me what do you think about this. Also, make sure to leave your like, and I invite you to always follow me in my social media that is down here below: Facebook Diego Gomez TV, Twitter and Instagram at Diego Reportero, and also subscribe right here to my YouTube channel and hit on the notification bell, Diego Gomez TV. Guys, this was all for today, and I see you in my next streaming. Goodbye.